becoming Z once again. As its chaotic being self, it enjoys doing whatever, whenever, whatever it wants to.
Love, lift, life. We touch into your mind, body, and soul.
What up, what up, what up, my people? Soul Glo by Dreamwise. There was a chaos being named Z. Z was in the greatest greatness. Had everything it wanted, did everything and anything. We couldn't even fathom the power of understanding of the greatest greatness. Just did what Z wanted to do when Z wanted to. This chaos being wanted to try this new realm, Earth, and thought it would be a piece of cake. Something the chaotic being never experienced before. Never experienced a family, never experienced a challenge, never experienced what love was. This chaos being, Z, gets down to the Earth realm, comes into this baby brain, decides to become a boy and forgets everything he is. His parents name him Edmund. Edmund Williams is ready to take on this adventure as he sits in his mother's arms. He goes by Ed for short. He grows up in a single mother household with 7 other siblings. Mom can barely make ends meet, but they're making it by. Eating oatmeal for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Ed is the middle child, and he's super close and protective of his family. He has one particularly close bond with his sister, Amira. She was born right before Edmund, a year apart. They do everything together, play all their childhood games. They're in the same grade because Amira was held back in the first grade. Was in the church choir together. Played particular jokes on their older and younger siblings. Had physical fights. Shit, even went to the middle school dance together and laughed the whole time, while their dates sat there confused. But they had fun with them too, laughing and smiling also. That was Ed's girl. Ed's mom threw him his 16-year-old birthday party. At the party, he found out some tragic news. Amira transitioned on. She gets raped and killed dealing with some shady guys she was trying to get her brother a present for. Ed was particular of his wristwear. He thought the girls liked it more, and his sister knew it. She was trying to get him a nice, fancy watch for the low. But her paycheck at the Sack and Save bagging up groceries wasn't enough for her to get the watch she knew he was eyeing. 17 gone too soon. Ed was hurt and confused. Didn't understand. Blamed himself. Crying. And not himself for years. His family always tried to console him, but he just couldn't get right. He started drinking and smoking heavy, trying to take his mind off his troubles. He's now an adult and is working as an overnight stalker at the same Sack and Save his sister was working at when she died. He goes home and drinks his way into a stupor. He is now 27 and risen up in his store as the assistant manager. He meets one of the overnight stalkers that gets hired. Her name is Mindy. She has a master's degree in counseling but is waiting for the right job opportunity to start her life. Ed and Mindy fall in love. Ed is head over heels with Mindy as they have fun together and make sweet, passionate love with each other. They end up getting married and having 5 children, that he loves very deeply. Ed and Mindy have a beautiful house and their careers take off. They're living their best lives. Ed one day wakes up feeling very sick. Goes to the doctor and finds out he has cancer and it spread it quickly. He dies 3 months later, leaving his wife and beautiful children. Transitioning back to the astral realms, he knows how to get out, so he breaks through the circle of time, getting back to his greatest greatness. Chaos being again, back as the chaotic being. He ponders and wonders and starts to think about the feelings he felt, the hurt, the pain, the love for others. He gets curious about that realm once again, and this time he wants to figure those feelings out. He jumps back into another baby brain, this time becoming a girl. Her name is Amira Franklin. Amira Franklin is the only child with her mom and dad in her life. Grows up middle class and is basically spoiled rotten. Gets everything she wants and needs. On her 16th birthday, Daddy and Mommy surprise her with a brand new BMW. She goes to her local HBCU, where she doesn't have to worry about nothing but getting her grades right for the full scholarship she received for being one of the top of her high school class. She meets a young man at her campus. She thinks he's cute and funny. His name is Daryl. That Daryl makes her feel so happy and loved. They end up having a baby in college, but Daryl is not all that eye sees. He has another side to him. He's having another baby by Julia Brooks on the same campus. Julia is a senior and so is Daryl, while Amira is just a sophomore with a whole baby on the way. Amira is heartbroken that Daryl has another girl pregnant. And even more saddening to her, the whole campus thinks she is a hoe, a slut, because Daryl and Julia have been off and on since their freshman year. Amira gives him an ultimatum. She wants to still be with him, but he has to choose. It's either me or her. Daryl chooses her. Daryl and Julia end up getting married after they both graduate from college, and they instantly start a new life together, both being well-paid, successful accountants. Amira goes back home and forgoes her scholarship. Her parents will take care of the newborn baby, Michael. All they want her to do is go back to school. She is so distraught and hurt to even think about school, so she never returns. She raises young Michael as a single mother, taking a business office clerk job. They stay in a one-bedroom apartment, and Daryl comes by time to time to pick up his son and drop off some money also. The hurt she feels by Daryl can cut through iron. Fast forward, Michael is now 13, and Amira is still a clerk. Daryl has 7 children with Julia, and Michael loves being over there with his younger siblings. Daryl decides to get full custody of his son, and with the money they're pulling in and Amira just making ends meet, he wins. Michael is happy and sad at the same time. He doesn't want to leave his mother, but her toxic hate for her dad and his family is eating away at him. All he sees on his dad's side is fun and love. Now Amira is really hurt. She's feeling the pain of her son wanting to leave, feeling abandoned again. She starts taking depression medicine to ease the pain. One night, she can't handle the feeling and takes way more of the medicine she wasn't prescribed, along with a little bottle of brown liquor. She overdoses and dies in her bed. 44 years old, gone from this reality. Now in the astral world, She doesn't want to or even remember how to get out of the circle of time. She comes back into the earth realm as a boy. The parents name him Edmund. Edmund has a sister named Amira. It's just them two and their two beautiful parents, Michael and Eli Franklin. Edmund and his sister can't stand each other. They get in fights all the time, never can agree with each other, arguing and bickering. And seeing that Edmund is the oldest, he has to be the big brother and protect Amira at all costs. Edmund was a real curious kid. He was real observant and always asked why. Why do we have to do this? And what's the meaning of that? He used to ask his parents all types of questions. One day he was asking his mom how her and dad met. His mom tells him, "Well, your father and I both came from big families. I'm a Williams. He's a Franklin Cush. Our families used to get together and have cookouts. My dad, your grandpa, died when I was 17, and that was one of the toughest things I ever experienced in my life. Michael was there to console me as his mom passed away also." Wait, Grandma Julia isn't Dad's mom? Well, not quite. His biological mom passed away when he was 14, and he was there to console me in my time of need because he went through the same hurt. We end up naming your sister after her, your late grandma. I want you to be nice to your little sister, Amira. You're all she has, and she's all you have. Edmund starts being more sweet to his sister and vows to always have her back, even when she's pissed off. Edmund learns so much about himself and life by continuously asking why and figuring this thing out called life. He ends up being in 2 marriages that didn't quite work out, but he loved his children and grandchildren with all his heart. He dies a lonely man at the age of 94. Back in the astral realms, he remembers how to get out and makes it back to his greatest greatness, becoming Z once again. As its chaotic being self, it enjoys doing whatever, whenever, whatever it wants to. But it thinks about the times they had on that earth realm. Z decides to go back. Dream wise. Thanks for listening. Leave a comment and tell me what you think the moral of the story is. Peace, love, and light. Dream wise.